Our kickoff brought to you by Bill Best Insurance, your American family insurance agent on Park Hills, committed to making the big play for their customers. Suleiman Burroughs kicking it off for John Burroughs. There in their yellow pants, their blue shirts, they'll be kicking it off left to right as Luke and I look at and describe the action to you. It's Mannion back to receive for Central, red pants, white shirts, blue numbers and letters. The kickoff is high, not too deep, and Mannion grabs it at the 12-yard line, got a block. He's out to the 20 and slams it out to the 31-yard line. Time to meet our starters now. And our starting lineups brought to you by Culligan Water in Leadington. Culligan, better water, pure and simple. Just call 573-431-3016. It's Jake Bridges, almost 2,500 yards passing for him on the year. He's the quarterback. Brandon Mayberry is going to be the starting running back. Braden Mannion, Hunter Strange are the wideouts. Dakota Pope, the man in the middle, he's the center. Colby Buckley and Russell Harrington are the guards. Colin Bess and Brandon Richardson are the tackles. 1st and 10, it'll be Strange and Mannion split wide to the right side, and it'll be an offset I backfield. Comfort is front of Mayberry. 1st and 10 for Central. They're at their own 31-yard line. Here we go. The handoff is to Mayberry. Mayberry gets into the hole, but it is slammed shut quickly that time, and Mayberry actually loses a pair of yards. So Brandon gets the first carry, and that thing stopped in a hurry. Nose guard is Michael Strawbridge. Graham Cummings and Michael Peters, the starting ends. Middle linebackers are Nate Van Slyke and Tom Bolstad. On the outside, it's Chris Vackow and Hunter Wilkins. The cornerbacks, Chris Booker and Garrett Moore, and the safeties are Jordan Bowe and Ronald Smith. Those are starters for both sides. 2nd and just about 12 for Central here. Mayberry got kind of a good spot that time. Call it 2nd and 11. And there's Bridges deploying 2 wides to each side, and Mayberry's the single setback beside him. Comfort goes in motion, left to the right side. He'll set up in that offset I, and they'll swing it over to the left side here to Harlow. Harlow slams through 1 tackle, and he gains 5 yards out to the 37-yard line. Drew Harlow hasn't caught many balls, Luke. In fact, that's only his 3rd of the year. His first 2 went for touchdowns.
Yeah, he's going up against the quarterback, Chris Booker, who's only 155 pounds. Anytime Harlow's in the open field against that kind of a size, you got to like his chances there. And nice play call by Corey Schweiss there.
Looking for the matchup right there, and this time it'll be Mayberry split wide to the left side. Hunter and Strange and Braden Mannion, the splits over to the right side. 1 tight end as well. It'll be an empty backfield with Bridges as the lone man in the backfield. The quarterback's back in the gun. Gets the snap, rolls to the right side, has Mannion open. No, it's Strange. 1st down, move the sticks on a gain of 6. And a nice pass by Bridges, Luke, on the move.
It was. That's really kind of the bread and butter of Jake Bridges' passing game. Roll him out. He throws on the run as good as anybody around the area there. And Strange getting past the sticks, sitting down, and catching the ball.
Luke, believe it or not, after those 2 plays, Central has now completed more passes in this game against John Burroughs than they did the entire game last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Only 1 pass completion a year ago, and that was on a trick play. So this is a Central team, we told you. They're a different animal this year. Motion man is Mayberry. Bridges fakes it to him, tries to get to the middle. He is slammed down that time, and the defense was all over that one. That was Moten playing defense. He's not a general starter, but John Moten, that all-state running back, well, they feel like they need some help against this Central Ball Club. They're probably right. No gain by Bridges right there. That's a great defense here for John Burroughs, allowing only 13.2 points per game. 9:44 and counting down in the first quarter. Central was able to get a 1st down on their first series of plays. They've got a 2nd and 10 here at the 44. And here's Bridges with the empty backfield. He's got 2 tights, 2 wides to the left, 1 to the right side, giving him a little bit more protection, and Bridges rolling to the right side. Now he's got a block if he wants to run it, but he fires it down the field. It looked like the defense got there early on Mayberry, and it's incomplete. Boy, Bridges, Luke, had a lot to run that football, and there's a flag down on the right side of the offensive formation. He may have been across the line of scrimmage when he let it go.
That's what I say. It looked like Jake was just a little bit too far throwing that ball there, and yeah, we've seen him evade so many sacks in that game against Kennett last week. Right there, Jake Bridges, his mobility really just really helping him out there. Just got a little bit, you got to know where you're at when you're going to throw that football, though.
Well, and Bridges, his mobility, Luke, allows him to do a couple different things. First of all, to extend the play like he did that time. The other one, to gain really good yardage. And that time, I think he had a chance to gain some really good yardage if he'd have tucked it and ran with it. But they'll lose the down that time. That's part of the penalty when it's an illegal forward pass. And it'll also scoot him back 5 yards. So it's a 3rd and 15.
Well, one thing to keep an eye on, we saw a lot of pressure on the quarterback last week, but like we said, Jake Bridges was able to get out of it. It may not be the case because you probably some more disciplined, better players here in this John Burroughs team.
Yeah, tremendous athletes. So Bridges is going to empty that backfield once again. They're going with double tights more than we've seen in the past, and Bridges is going to immediately tuck this and run with it. He breaks one tackle, two tackles, trying to struggle forward, but he just had too far to go as Bridges is able to gain 9 yards on the run, but he had 15 to go, and it brings up a fourth down for Central. Central is going to line up anyway to go for this one on fourth down. Now, Bridges is also their punter, so he could punt from this formation. It's a 4th and 6 for Central, and it looks like they've caught him offsides. How about that little hard count from Jake Bridges? Luke, I'm not sure. I think he needed just a little bit more than 5 yards, but we'll see where they place this. This might be enough for a first down.
Well, it's going to be close, and even if it isn't, it turns into a 4th and probably less than 1, and inside John Burroughs' territory.
It's a situation that Central is almost always comfortable with, short down yardage. But the very first play, Mayberry lost yards on the run. We'll see what Central dials up right here. They've got a 4th and less than a yard here. We've got about a 4th and just a little over a foot. They're going to bring in the heavy package this time. Boy, are they ever bringing in the heavy package.
Checking in. Who's that?
They've got some beef out there. Harlow's going to dot this power I. It'll be Comfort, Keenan Johnson, and Drew Harlow all in the power I as Bridges comes down under center. All 11 defenders are in the box. 4th and a foot for Central. Bridges would be a good bet, too, as Harlow gets it, slams his way forward. First fourth down goes the way of the Central Rebels. They gain 2 and keep the drive alive.
They do. I like that call right there. Having some confidence. You got some momentum. Hey, a couple of first downs. Like what I'm seeing out of this Central team right now.
Luke, there's a difference between the spread attack for Central and a lot of other teams. The power game is still in their DNA. They don't lose a step when they go to the power game.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so exciting about this Central team. All year long, we've seen so many different. They can do so many things on offense, and we've talked about the offense so much, but they're still a defensive team.
Twins to the right side. Mayberry split wide to the left. Harlow, the tight end, off to the left there as well. It's a double tight set, and Bridges wants to run it again. Tucks it, gets up the field. He's at the 40-yard line, knocked off of his pins right there by Trey Moore, his counterpart, the quarterback on the other side, but a nice run this time and a 6-yard gain by Bridges. Third carry for Bridges. He's got 15 yards. Now, Luke, what Central is doing here, they're gaining first downs. They're pushing their way down the field, but also this is a drive that's starting to soak up some clock and keep it away from a high-powered offense from Burroughs as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and some of that old-school Central method of playing football there.
1 wide to the right side, 2 off to the left. Strange, Mannion off to the left side. Bridges surveys the defense, gets the snap. He's on the roll to the left side, fires it to Strange, and Strange just settles down in a gap right there. He gets out across the 30-yard line, and it's a gain of 8 yards, and that's too Strange. And Luke, more than anything, yes, that was a great pass, but that right there is scouting and preparation. The coaches know exactly what this defense is going to do, and they found a seam in what was zone coverage right there.
It sure was, and Hunter Strange is getting to the open area there and doing a nice job bringing in the catch, securing the ball because there was about 5 or 6 defenders that came in, swarmed in, and were going for that ball in that play.
So the third first down for Central on this drive. They'll go twins to the right side. Tight end is Comfort to the left side right here, and it'll be an offset I just to the right side. Harlow in front of Mayberry. Bridges, the quarterback on the 1st and 10, hands it off to Mayberry. Off tackle right side. Mayberry wades into the hole. Trey Moore slams it shut along with Nate Van Slyke. And running is not going to be easy against this ball club, but it is a gain of 3 by Mayberry that time.
Well, both these clubs met little resistance up to this point in their schedule, and right now I think they're kind of squaring off against an equal opponent right now. Brandon Mayberry is not used to getting knocked down for less than 8 yards a carry. So,
right.
Right now he's trying to adjust too.
So a 2nd and 7, and this Central team has just continued to move the sticks. We're halfway gone in the first quarter of play. We're at the 6-minute mark now of the first quarter. Bridges looks at a 2nd and 7 right here. Comfort becomes the motion man, sets up with the fullback in front of Mayberry. Bridges pulls it. Bridges gets off tackle right side, and a great zone read by Bridges that time as he scampers through for an 8-yard gain and another first down. A perfect read by Bridges.
It was. Central tried to run a similar play a few plays ago in this series. I felt like Jake wasn't quick enough making that decision. That play right there, he made a great decision real fast, able to pick up the first down.
The Rebels now down inside of the red zone. They were stopped twice inside of the red zone just last week against Kennett, Luke. One was a turnover. One was a matter of giving it back on downs. This will be their first test here today against the great John Burroughs Ball Club. We've got 3 wides, 2 to the left, 1 to the right side, and a man in the backfield is Mayberry now. Bridges rolling to his left, looks down to Mannion, and Mannion gets into that seam right there. Looked like he got held onto by Moore, but he dives down, and he makes the catch at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a gain of at least 9 yards, and it looked to me like Moore held him on the route when he was coming back toward the football. Instead, the officials are going to call an illegal man downfield, whistled on Central.
Well, Bridges rolled out to his left, and one of them linemen probably just got a little bit too far down the field, but man, that was a heck of a catch by Mannion coming back. It's not going to count, though.
Mannion did a couple of things really, really well right there, Luke. First of all, he came back toward the ball, and I know you like to talk about that. The other, he got down where he was in a position to really cradle that thing and make the catch, so it'll be a loss of 5 instead. It'll be a 1st and 15 here for Central as they move the line of scrimmage back to the 24. Second penalty against the Rebels. They had a illegal forward pass and a legal man downfield so far on this drive, but they've managed to overcome the first penalty. Can they do it a second time? Harlow split wide to the right. Twins to the left time. Strange and Mannion, and Mayberry is the running back. Mayberry gets it, wades over that left tackle spot, and he is captured by 2 linemen right there. Good play by the nose guard Strawbridge to spin him down, and it's a gain of just a couple that time by Mayberry. Mayberry's going to, he's going to have to break some tackles tonight. We know he's good at doing it. 3 carries and 3 yards for Brandon Mayberry. And it'll be a 2nd and 12 here for the Rebels.
Yeah, definitely not what you're used to seeing out of Brandon Mayberry, but I think you keep feeding it to him, and eventually he's going to wear him down, and he's going to get his gains.
I think you're right. We've got 4 wides this time now, 2 to the left, 2 to the right side. Bridges taking a look at a 2nd and 12. Comfort the motion man, hand it to him. Now they'll reverse it to Mannion. Mannion wants to throw it. He's got a man wide open and Strange in the end zone. Strange is hit before the ball gets there, and there's no call. The defensive back arrived before the ball, very, very clearly hit him, and then the ball hit the defensive back in the back, and there's no call.
Yeah, a double reverse there, Mannion with the pass, and it definitely looked like the defender. It's like he almost slipped and took the legs out of Hunter Strange before the ball could even get there.
I have no idea. The officials were right there on top of it. The defensive back never turned around, ran into Strange, and then the ball hit him in the back. That's the definition of a pass interference. Okay, so 3rd and 12. Bridges rolls to the left side now, looks down the field. He's looking for the end zone. He's got Strange wide open in the back of the end zone, but he threw it too long. Oh, Strange on the go route down the left side. Nobody within 5 yards of him, and Bridges just sailed it a step too long. You're in one of those areas right now, though, Luke. Maybe it's probably too far for a field goal. It's about a 40-yard field goal, and you sure don't punt it. Central probably going to go for it right here on 4th and 12.
Well, I tell you what, we saw a screen pass to Brandon Mayberry. I really liked that play last week, and, maybe that's something you can bring out right now, but right to that previous play, Hunter Strange wide open, like you said. Bridge just a little bit too far. Strange did all he could to go up and bring his feet back into bounds, just couldn't do it.
Should have been a pass interference 2 plays ago. That time should have been a straight touchdown pass, and Central 0 for 2 there, so now it's a 4th and 12 for the Rebels from the John Burroughs 22-yard line. 3 wides to the left side. Bridges rolls that way. Now rolling back to the right. He's going to be captured and dumped by Moten on 4th down. It's going to be a sack and a loss of 5 yards. So Central able to keep it away from Burroughs until the 4:20 mark of the first quarter, able to drive it all the way down the field from the 30 down to the 27, but gets no points to show for it.
Wow, and how quickly things can change there. Central had all the momentum, running some time off the clock and really just eating up some yards. And then a couple of things don't go your way, and the momentum has shifted.
A good drive to be sure. And no points, Luke, but you've got to feel good about what this offense from Central is going to be able to do against the defense of Burroughs. Here's Trey Moore now, and his first play is a pass to Nate Van Slyke. And Nate catches it, then goes backwards, and it's a gain of just 2 yards. So Moore with a quick trigger right there. Trey with some good numbers on the air. He passes, he completes it 58% of the time. 2,053 passing yards. He's got 33 touchdowns passing this season. They've got a 2,000-yard back as well. And that is John Moten. Moten going to be the single setback here on a 2nd and 8. He stands just beside Moore. Moore taps the foot, hands it off. Here's Moten. Moten running right through the middle. He breaks a tackle. Nobody can catch this guy. Moten, the reigning 100-yard champ, is going the distance. John Moten breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then goes untouched 70 yards. Central soaks up the first 7.5 minutes and gets no points. Burroughs goes 2 plays, and they lead 6-0.
Wow, and just talk about the momentum shifting big time there. And this kid's going to play Division I football here in the next year. And wow, he's got some talent, some speed, and how quickly things have changed.
Central had almost the entirety of their defense dedicated toward the line of scrimmage. And after Moten broke the tackle, it was easy to see that he was going to go the distance. So the first score goes the way of John Burroughs. And now for the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is down, but the extra point is blocked. So Central gains just a little piece of the momentum right back there. And a nice job by Colin Best to blast through that line and block the extra point attempt. 3:37 remaining in the first quarter. It's 6-0. John Burroughs, the Central offense, back on the field after this 1-minute timeout on KREI.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at Pharmax Pharmacy. Most days you can just walk right in. No appointment is necessary and no prescription from your doctor is required. The flu shot is free to Medicare Part B patients and now covered by many insurance plans. Don't forget the folks at Pharmax Pharmacy are always available to answer any questions you may have about this year's vaccination programs. Pharmax Pharmacy in Leadington, Potosi, and Bonne Terre.
Do you know one of the easiest ways to make a difference in your community? Pad your check the next time you pay your utility bill. Why? Because in Farmington, Park Hills, Deloge, and Bonne Terre, you can add a donation to United Way of St. Francis County when you pay that bill. You have already helped raise thousands of dollars for agencies that help our neighbors. Find out more about what your gift is doing. Visit unitedwayofsfc.org. What you give makes a difference. Live united. We can't do it without you.
Well, John Moten topped 2,000 yards with that 70-yard touchdown run for John Burroughs. And now the kickoff by the Bombers. Braden Mannion settles underneath at the 14-yard line. Mannion taking it right up the middle, picks up a block. He's to the 30, gets hits there. He's down at the 32-yard line. Our touchdown drive recap courtesy of ProCare Automotive. Luke and Bonne Terre, that was a pretty quick strike.
Quick strike after the turnover on downs by Park Hill Central. John Burroughs takes over on the 27-yard line. Just takes him 2 plays and one big 70-yard run by the Division I player, John Moten. And he's, like you said, tops 2,000 yards on the season and almost equals what he had last year against Park Hills in one run.
Ran for only 84 yards in the entire game last year against Central. He's got 70 on his first carry here today. Well, Central soaked up some clock, and they gained quite a few yards on their first drive, but they're not able to score any points. But if they score here and kick an extra point, they could take the lead. And here's Drew Harlow. Drew Harlow's blasting through the middle of that line. That was a rumble, my friends, and he gains 10 yards and, well, move the sticks again for Central.
Drew Harlow, yeah, I like what we're seeing out of him so far on the offensive side of the ball. He's a big, heavy, we saw some big plays out of him last week, and, you keep feeding him and Mayberry the ball, you're going to get your yards for the guys.
Mayberry might be the most complete back on this team, and a blend of power and speed and moves, but if you're looking for a guy just simply to break tackles, Harlow might be your guy. And Harlow gained 10 yards right there. Mayberry, the single setback now. Twins to the left, twins to the right side. 1st and 10 Central. They've got it at their own 43-yard line. And now Comfort comes in motion. He'll be the fullback. Mayberry running off tackle right side. And he plows into a pile. He gains 3 yards. Pretty sound defense, though. And that was Jordan Bowe coming up from his safety spot to help make the play.
Yeah, nice play by the John Burroughs defense there. And, 3 yards is, I'll take that. You keep pounding and chipping away, get yourself into those manageable downs.
So a 2nd and 7 here for Central. And we'd like to thank Emo's Pizza in Deloge, ProCare Automotive in Bonne Terre, and Earth Mother Health Foods for sponsoring our coverage of state quarterfinal football. Central Rebels. 1 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield. The motion man is Mayberry. They'll hand it to him on the jet sweep. And Mayberry once again plows forward and once again gains 3 yards. So that's okay with you, right?
Well, yeah. Now you're looking at like a third and 4 here, 3rd and 5, as opposed to we got ourselves into some 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12 situations and had to maybe just get away from your game plan a little bit.
So a 3-yard carry for Brandon Mayberry, and now a 3rd and 4 for Central, and the nose of the ball between the 49 and 50-yard line, just on the Central side of the field. A swiftly moving first quarter of play. We're under 2 minutes now. 6-0 Burroughs on top at $1.50 on this first quarter clock. 2 wides to the right side, nobody to the left, and it's a high backfield. Mayberry in front of Harlow this time. Harlow gets it off tackle right side. He bludgeons his way forward. Harlow just blasting down the field. He gains 9 yards, and he was able to push about 5 tacklers in front of him just straight down the field.
This Drew Harlow, man, he's caught a pass there and knocked somebody over. We seen a big first down earlier on this series. Converted a big 4th down on the last series. This kid came ready to play today.
Harlow, 6'2", 210. He runs like he's about 240, though. 1st and 10 here for Central. And they've got it at the 41-yard line of Burroughs. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Burroughs took 2 plays. They went 72 yards. Here's Bridges now. He's trying to take it straight up the gut, but he's stacked up right there at the line of scrimmage. The outside linebacker, Hunter Wilkins, running into him right there. Gain of just a pair for Jake. 6 carries for Jake Bridges already. He's got 20 yards rushing. And for Bridges, he is 3 for 4 through the air for 21 yards. Central, Luke, had 2 plays. They had a play in the end zone it looked easily that it was pass interference. No call. Had another play where Strange was wide up in the end zone, and Bridges threw it 1 step too strong for him. So some great scoring chances for Central, but ultimately couldn't punch it in on their first drive. 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Harlow, the single setback. 2nd and 8. 1 wide to the right side, Strange. 1 to the left is Mannion. Double tight sets. Bridges gets the snap, fires it over to the right side. That's a great play to Strange, and Strange dives across. Well, he dove across the first down mark, but they said that his plant foot was a yard short of the first down mark, so it'll be a gain of 7 on the completion.
Well, I don't know about that. Ronnie Smith over there on the coverage, and he was playing a good 10 or 12 yards off of Strange. Had all kinds of room, and Strange sat down, turned around wide open, and it looked like he made a move for the first down. I guess they didn't see it that way.
3rd and a pair. Mayberry in front of Harlow. That's been a good formation. Both wides to the left side. And Bridges takes the snap, hands it to Harlow. Harlow gains some momentum, now spins out of the pack, now spins back toward the middle. They stopped him 3 different times, and I think stopped him short of the first down. Looks like a 4th and 1 upcoming for Central. They'll have it at the 32-yard line of John Burroughs. And that looks like that'll be the final play of the first quarter. With 5 seconds remaining in the first frame, we're going to switch sides of the field, and Burroughs is going to take a 6-0 lead into the second quarter. We're back at John Burroughs in St. Louis, where Burroughs leads Central 6-0 at the end of 1. Your second quarter in 1 minute on KREI.
You love to shop at Patsy.
Hi, this is Patsy. Hurry into Patsy's Furniture for all of your holiday needs. New living room sets, recliners, new bedroom sets, or just a new mattress set. We also have appliances, tables, and chairs, and now through Saturday, we have 1 or 2 years no interest financing. So hurry in through this Saturday only, 2 years no interest, fast, friendly delivery and setup. That's only at Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills.
The Park Hills Leadington Chamber of Commerce proudly supports all those in their community. They would also like to take this time to congratulate the Central Rebels football team for their district title and for their outstanding 2014 football season. They would also like to wish the Central Rebels the best of luck in the state playoffs and the best of luck for the rest of the 2014-15 school year. You have what it takes to be the best on the field and off the field. Go Rebels! From the Park Hills Leadington Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks so much for joining us on AM 800 KREI. 6-0 John Burroughs leading Central after 1 quarter of play. Central with the football, though. They've got a 4th and 2 at the 32-yard line of John Burroughs. Over on our affiliate J98 The Boot, Marionville and Valley tied at 14. Has Valley found a team that can keep up with them? That's the question.
Might be a little too early to tell.
Yeah.
They haven't had a game in 3 or 4 years, have they?
Here's an eye setup. Mayberry in front of Harlow to the right side. Watch for Bridges to keep this one, Luke. No, instead it'll go to Harlow, and Harlow is stood up at the line, and Van Slyke pops him to finish it off. So Central, on its first 2 possessions, turns it over on downs, and Harlow is stoned at the line of scrimmage right there. What a defensive stop by John Burroughs.
Oh, I tell you what, not too many guys are going to stand up Drew Harlow like that, but Nate Van Slyke, 6'5", 210-pound senior, That name sounds familiar. His dad was a Cardinal baseball player. He's an athlete.
What a play. John Moten in the last play for John Burroughs went 70 yards for the touchdown run. Moten, the single setback, stands just to the left side of Trey Moore. 2 wides to each side for Burroughs here. And they want Moore to throw it this time. Moore gets it out in a hurry. This is to Van Slyke, and Van Slyke catches it in a seam. He's outside of the right hash mark and hustles it forward for a 12-yard gain. That was Moore basically just flipping it out there, and then Van Slyke did the work. Moore's passed it twice, both times to Van Slyke, and a 1st and 10 here for Burroughs. They've got it at their own 45-yard line. It's Moten just to the right side of Moore. Moten, the 2,000-yard running back, and he's going to run straight through the guards this time. Moten gets a good line push, and the whole huddle and scrum is stopped 7 yards down the field. So Moten, 2 carries and 77 yards. He's got the touchdown run. He's got the only points in the ball game so far. 11 minutes, 15 seconds, and counting down here in this second quarter of play. Central's been able to, Luke, to move the football, but they've just not finished one yet. 2nd and 4 here for Burroughs. And Moten, the single setback, stands just to the left side of the quarterback, Trey Moore, who just signed with Yale. They want him to play quarterback. Play action fake and a quick pass over to the left side. And this one's complete to Chris Booker. Booker down across the 40 to the 30 to the 25-yard line. Booker showing some tremendous wheels right there. And it's a gain of 26 yards. 3rd completion for Trey Moore. 3 catches by his wideouts for 40 yards so far.
Right now they just got the Central Rebels on their heels, and maybe a little bit of a shell shock right now. Not used to being in this situation, but hey, no need to hit the panic button yet. Just you got to step up, play the football you're used to playing.
Booker, Mill, and Van Slyke all wide to the right side. Moten, the running back, and now it's a pass play, and this one's knocked down to the ground by Colin Bess. Bess just kept with his blocker and just fanned out as Moore rolled to the right side, and then the 6'5" Colin Bess just gets the hands up as Moore released the football and slapped it back down to the turf.
Yeah, when you got that kind of wingspan, that kind of reach, Colin Bess, like you said, hey, taking one play at a time there, you got a good play. You got him in 2nd and long, and let's see another good defensive play.
10 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Moore with Moten just to his left. 2nd and 10 for Burroughs. They've got it at the 26-yard line of Central. Snap is back. The handoff is to Moten. Moten squirming through a little hole. Bess just on his back, just riding him down the field. And Moten carried Bess 10 yards. That doesn't happen very often on a gain of 14.
Well, yeah, it sure does. We just talking about Colin Bess's size. And, John Moten, a 190-pound, 6-foot running back, just took Colin Bess and drug him down the field.
And Moten now has more yards here in the first half rushing than he had the entire game last time these two hooked up last year. Moten just to the right side, going to get a lead block this time. Moten around to the left side. He's to the 10, now to the 5, looking for the end zone. Knocks over the pylon at the 1-yard line. Moten with another big gain, though. 13 yards for Moten. Boy, Luke, I know that this John Moten is a terrific, terrific runner, but I did not think that he would have 104 yards on 4 carries in the first half.
Well, he has, and a little resistance. He's getting to those outside corners, and that's something you don't see happen on that Central defense too much.
Moten with a fullback in front of him, Chris Vacow, and it's an eye right there as Moten gets it on 1st and goal from the 1 and just walks into the end zone. John Moten with his 5th carry and 2 touchdowns. It's 12-0. John Burroughs leading Central. 9:56 remaining in the first half.
You love to shop at Patsy.
Well, it's that time of the year again, Thanksgiving. Time to give thanks.
Don't miss the holiday sales event going on now at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Save thousands on great brands like Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, Can-Am, and Toro Mower. All 2014 inventory must go. Save over $2,000 on Can-Am Commander XTP. Suzuki King Quads as low as $49.99. Save thousands on street bikes from Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Can-Am. The holiday sales event going on now at Midwest Sports Center, Highway 67, Farmington. On the road, off the road, or on the water, the ultimate outdoor toy store has it.
Well, John Moten with his second touchdown run, and because the extra point was blocked the first time, Burroughs lines up to go for 2, but they start early, and so this will scoot them back 5 yards. And Coach Merritt says, all right, now we'll just go for 1. This is Solomon Burroughs. Perfect name for a John Burroughs player, huh?
I guess so.
Burroughs. He's a left-footed kicker, and so he'll try to send in the extra point. The snap is good. The hold is down, and Burroughs sends the extra point up and through. So 13-0. John Burroughs leading Central. 9:56 remaining in the first half of play. Your kickoff in 1 minute right here on KREI.
Goggins Drilling has been serving the Parkland and beyond for over a half a century. They have a reputation for quality work that comes with over 50 years of satisfying their customers. Goggins Drilling offers sales and service on all water pumps and are on the leading edge of ground source heating systems. See Goggins Drilling for contract drilling or call 431-2450. Goggins Drilling, when you want more than just a hole in the ground.
The faculty, school board, staff, and students, on behalf of the Central R3 School District, take this time to congratulate the Central Rebels football team on their district title. Long hours of practice and hard work have rewarded your talents in the game. Congratulations on your accomplishments from a great season and your district title. Good luck on advancing. Way to go, Central Rebels, from the faculty, school board, staff, and students of the Central R3 School District in Park Hills.
Now John Burroughs leading it 13-0 here with just under 10 minutes to play in this first half. It's a reverse on the kickoff return, and it doesn't yield a whole lot. In fact, Central did better the first 2 times on the kickoff return when Mannion just did it on his own, but this time in a reverse, and they bring it out across the 20-yard line to the 22. 14-14 still, Valley and Marionville in the second quarter of play, but it's a 2-touchdown lead for John Burroughs here in this quarterfinal at John Burroughs in Class 3. Central with their third time that they've touched the football. Both times they've driven the football down the field. They've just not been able to finish. Turned it over on downs both times in John Burroughs territory. And now here's Bridges, and he's got 1 running back just to his left. He's got 3 wides over to the left side. Now he's going to scramble back to the right, looks down the field, and now Harlow comes up to grab it and gets it at the 40-yard line. Harlow breaks the tackle to the 50. He's to the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. And Harlow just mauling people his way down the field. And it's a gain of 37 yards to Drew Harlow.
Wow, yeah, that was a heck of a play there. It looked like a disaster for Central as Bridges rolled out to his left and then had to come back to his right. And Harlow, a great job coming back to his quarterback there and then carrying about half of the John Burroughs defense on his back to get about 10 more yards.
That was playground football, Luke. Yeah. I'm going to scramble. You get open. I'll throw it to you, see what you can do. But, yeah, great play by Harlow that time to come back for that pass. And then you just cannot tackle that guy one-on-one, it seems like. So now here's Bridges rolling to his left side. A lot of contact at the line of scrimmage. Bridges tucks it now. Doesn't really run with a purpose. We usually see Jake make a decision and then go, but very tentative running right there, and he loses a yard. He's sacked by Swike.
He was waiting some to get open when he had a clear running lane. He should have just tucked it and picked up yards there before getting hit.
Jake's been a little more into. And then let's go ahead and get what you can.
Yeah.
Here's a 2nd and 11 coming up. They've got Mabry in the backfield. 1 wide to the right, that's Strange. 1 to the left, Mannion. Harlow playing the tight end over there on the right side. Left side. Comfort's on the right side. And now a quick hitch route. That's to Mannion. And he is hit as soon as he gets it by Booker, but manages to push forward another pair of yards, and it's a gain of 7. Bridges to Mannion.
Yeah, way to rebound on a second down there. Make it a third and relatively short. And, after the play before that where it didn't look like he was very decisive that time, Bridges steps back, sets his feet. Quick throw to Mannion there. Like the play.
They're great at that timing hitch route, Luke.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's like we've talked last week. That's what the summer play pays off. All that time in the summer.
Brandon Caldwell into the wide receiver spot. He's to the left, 3 wide on the right side, and Mayberry the single setback in the backfield. He's going to turn into a blocker here, and the pass is incomplete as Van Slyke comes up with a huge hit on Comfort. And sorry to say it, but our first big crown collision goes away at John Burroughs right there. And Van Slyke, this guy will lay the wood to you.
Oh, he does. And I tell you what, it looked like Comfort was going to bring in a good-looking catch there, and Slyke just timed it perfectly and brought the big hit.
Now, for Bridges' part, he threw a very good ball, and the thing, if you're the quarterback, you can't float that out there because that'll get your guy hung out to dry every time, but he put it in there quick and tight. He did his job, but Van Slyke timed the hit perfectly. So it'll be a 4th and 4. And for Central, they're looking to try to avoid stalling out on downs for the 3rd straight series. They've got a 4th and 4 here at the Bridges 35-yard line. And Bridges wants to pass it. Mannion one-on-one coverage down the left side. The coverage is right there, and the ball slapped down to the ground by Chris Booker. Terrific coverage by John Burroughs that time. They were ready for it. And they had 2 guys out there. The deepest man was Chris Booker, who slapped it down. The pass is incomplete, and for the 3rd straight series, Central's able to drive it into John Burroughs' territory, but stopped on downs once again.
They sure were, and that time Mannion didn't look like he was totally decisive in his route there. Maybe him and Bridges were on a different page, and Bridges went down the field, and Mannion had kind of stopped short on his route there a little bit.
Valley has taken the lead at Marionville, 20-14, but well, the storyline there, that's a pretty good game so far. Here's Trey Moore in the backfield. He's got Moten behind him. Quick pitch to Moten, and Moten sidestepping Mayberry on his way around the left side, and he's driven out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's either going to be a face mask, I would think a face mask, because it didn't look like a late hit, but there was a late flag right there. It was Tristan Pyatt and Drew Harlow over there on the tackle. And Moten may have even lost a yard right there. It'll be a face mask, though, against Central. Well, the one time they do a great job on Moten, they got caught up on his face mask. And so even though it's a good defensive play that time to bring him down, they still yield 5 yards on the face mask play. But, Luke, did you see the way Moten left Mayberry in his wake right there? That's scary good.
Yeah, that kid's a real deal, and we've seen a few of them come out of this John Burroughs program.
We asked Coach Merritt to compare Ezekiel Elliott, who now runs for Ohio State, to John Moten in our pregame. And he said Moten is definitely faster. And now Moore rolls to the right side. Mayberry hits him right as he releases it, but it's complete over to the right side. And I think that was Ronald Smith over there. Going to get that number. It's an 8-yard gain. And for John Burroughs, that pass goes complete to Ryan Mill.
Right now, John Burroughs just playing like a team with confidence that thinks that they should be winning this ball game. I think Central right now playing with a little bit of intimidation. You know, I think they think they're good enough, but they gotta play that way.
2 running backs out there. Moten gets it. He's got a lead blocker. Look to try to get to that left corner. He's got the 50. He's got a block to the 30, and he stumbles over Tristan Pyatt inside of the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 26 by Moten, and I'm surprised he didn't score there.
Wow, it was close, and towing the sideline there and just tripped up a little bit.
John Moten averages 162 rushing yards per game. He's got 131 on 6 carries today so far. Over 20 yards per carry by Moten. Moten the single setback, 2 wides to each side for Trey Moore. Central showing a blitz right here, and they're going to flip it over quickly to the left side. Pass complete to Chris Booker, and Chris Booker's leveled. He spins, and then he is pounded down by Dakota Pope on a gain of 6. Good hit by Pope that time, but another completion by Moore. He is 5 for 6 in the game for 54 yards passing. Big difference, though, has been the running of John Moten. He's got both touchdowns so far, 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And Trey Moore, the quarterback, hands it off to Moten. Moten running right side. He's got a big hole to run through. And he changes the geometry of the field as Mannion gets him by a heel right here. A gain of 4 that time by Moten. But, Luke, we can see the Central players taking angles to cut off Moten. And all year long, you're taking a certain angle based upon the speed that you're used to playing against, and Moten's just further along when the Central tackler arrives. You have to play different angles with this guy.
Yeah, that's Drew Harlow, who's made some heck of plays on offense, but really his bread and butter is on defense. Drew Harlow leads the team in tackles, and that time John Moten just crossed him up and cut back on him.
Here's a 3rd and 1, and a timeout now on the field. So 5:45 remaining in the second quarter of play. 13-0. Burroughs leads and threatening again. We're back in a minute on KREI.
Love to shop at Patsy's.
Well, the holidays are coming. Thanksgiving first, then Christmas. Not ready for all the family and friends coming? Why not come to Patsy's Furniture and check out our reclining sofas and love seats, or maybe a new mattress set for the spare bedroom? How about a new kitchen range to cook that meal on, or a new table and chairs for them to sit? We can help you with all this and more. All this week, we have 2 years no interest available to help you. So hurry in, pick out your new furniture, we'll deliver it and set it all up for you. Ah, so simple. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
West Transportation Service in Bismarck is your local charter bus service. They can take you to your destination wherever you're going. At West Transportation Service, they care about their cargo. So rest assured that when you ride with them, you'll be provided with the best traveling experience ever. West Transportation Service, the best charter bus service around. That's West Transportation Service in Bismarck, a proud supporter of all community events. For service, call 734-2332.
Well, on a third and a yard, it's Moten straight forward for another 5-yard gain. Chris Fackow is leading blocker right there. It's a 1st and 10 for John Burroughs now on the 13-yard line of Central. Burroughs leads by a pair of touchdowns already, 13-0, the 5.5-minute mark of this second quarter of play. Trey Moore, the quarterback, has 3 wides to the left, 1 man off to the right side, and he fakes it to Moten, spins it over to the left side. Now pass complete to Chris Booker, and Booker's driven down at the 6-yard line by Drew Harlow. But it's another big pickup of 7 yards this time for John Burroughs.
That time, Braden Mannion was there to make the tackle on Booker, and Booker just put a move on him and juked him out of his shoes there. And tell you what, these kids, both teams start having a similar field position when they start on their series. John Burroughs, to this point, has been able to finish their drives.
Luke, I'm not shocked that Burroughs has been able to score a couple touchdowns. I'm very surprised that Central is not. There's a 2nd and 3 for Burroughs. Moten the single setback beside Moore. Moore doesn't run the ball. Moten sure does, though, and Moten just gets into the end zone one more time. That's his 3rd touchdown run of the ball game. This time it's from 7 yards out, and Moten goes off tackle right side. The change of direction, just fantastic by Moten on that one. And it's a 3-touchdown lead for Burroughs now, 19-0. They lead in this state quarterfinal game.
But right now, John Burroughs just on a roll, and I think you said it before, the Central Rebels just a little shell-shocked right now. They don't really know what hit them, and I think they just need to settle back down and get back to their type of ball game.
Burroughs wants to go for 2 right here, looking for that 21 points, and Moore rolls to his right side. Now he's going to tuck it and run it, and he's driven down behind the line of scrimmage there. So a 19-0 lead for John Burroughs. 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. Back with your kickoff in a minute on KREI.
Supports all those in their community. They would also like to take this time to congratulate the Central Rebels football team for their district title and for their outstanding 2014 football season. They would also like to wish the Central Rebels the best of luck in the state playoffs and the best of luck for the rest of the 2014-15 school year. You have what it takes to be the best on the field and off the field. Go Rebels! From the Park Hills Leadington Chamber of Commerce.
Don't miss the holiday sales event going on now at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Save thousands on great brands like Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, Can-Am, and Toro Mower. All 2014 inventory must go. Save over $2,000 on Can-Am Commander XTP. Suzuki King Quads as low as $49.99. Save thousands on street bikes from Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Can-Am. The holiday sales event going on now at Midwest Sports Center, Highway 67, Farmington. On the road, off the road, or on the water, the ultimate outdoor toy store has it.
19-0, John Burroughs leading Central here. John Moten with all 3 touchdown runs for John Burroughs and 147 yards rushing for John Moten in this game, the Northwestern signee. Here's the kickoff by Sullivan. And it's Mannion receiving it at the 5-yard line. Mannion angling to the left, comes back to the middle, breaks a tackle, hit again, struggles forward to the 24-yard line. For Moten, Luke, a Big Ten program he signed with, but just another little nugget of information. One day after Moten signed with Northwestern, or verbal to them anyway, Notre Dame offered him. Wow. So he's a guy that certainly has had the eye of the college scouts for a long time. Comes out of, I think, Connecticut. So after Ezekiel Elliott graduates, they go to Connecticut to get their running backs. For Central, they go to their offensive line to get their running backs. Brandon Mayberry.
Brandon Mayberry in off the line.
Yeah. It's Mayberry and Harlow. The offset eye shaded just to the right side beside Bridges. Play action fake, and Bridges looking down the field. Screenplay left side. This one's sniffed out, though, and a great play by Chris Backel to outside linebacker as that one goes nowhere. Not a bad idea that time by Central, as that screen pass is complete to Comfort, but it's a loss of 2 yards on the completion. This is a better defense than I expected from John Burroughs. I mean, I knew they had a great defense, but Central's offense is so powerful and dynamic.
Yeah, they just look like we're not used to seeing them struggle in this fashion right now.
And they've gained yards each time, but they've not been able to finish. So Bridges back in the gun, 2nd and 12, and Jake rolls to the right side. He's got Strange open there, but he wants to go a little bit deeper. Hits Hunter Strange this time, the 40 to the 45. Hunter runs backward to the 40, trying to look for more yards, trying to turn a great play into a monster play, but he ends up still gaining 18 yards and a first down.
Great play by Hunter there, and cuts it back into the middle of the field there. Thought he probably should have just maybe put his head down and go forward, but I can't blame him for trying to maybe provide a little bit of a spark and get a big play there. But
Hunter's just a yard away from moving into second place in single season reception yardage. Only problem for him is the first place guy is his running mate Mannion. He's going to have a hard time catching him.
Yeah, lining up right next to him.
1st and 10 for Central. Well, Central sure would like a score loop before halftime to get that little boost. Make it a 2-score game going to the locker room. It's a 19-0 lead for Burroughs. A flag before the play develops. And as the officials look over to the scorer's side of the field, they say it's a false start by the Rebels. 4 penalties whistled against Central. They've all been in the 5-yard variety. That'll be a 1st and 15 for Central here, coming up at their own 37-yard line. I'd like to thank Hood's Discount Home Center in Farmington, Buckley Towing in Park Hills, and Midwest Orthopedic in Farmington. We'll have your Hood's halftime show coming up. We'll have the highlights and the stats, and take a look at what the score is in Marionville as well. Bridges scrambling to the right side, spins a 360, cuts back to the middle, and then he's hit at the 30-yard line and driven down. And that's a big sack by Hunter Wilkins, and it's a loss of 6 yards for Jake Bridges.
Jake Bridges, he can get out of 1 or 2 tackles, but he just ran for his life back there here on that play and couldn't escape that 3rd or 4th guy.
This Burroughs team, Luke, has athletes at every position. That's become very apparent. You got to get just about over to Ladue High School for a first down now. 2nd and 21. Bridges with Mayberry just behind him. He's got one wide. Harlow to the left side, trips over to the right side. And they hand it off to Mayberry. Mayberry with a little bit of room to run, but on a 2nd and 21, 5 yards is all he gets. 6 carries for Mayberry in the game. He's got 14 yards. Good Central fan contingent across the way. The stands are completely filled up, and then you've got lawn chairs and blankets all along there as well. In fact, Central with a lot more fans than John Burroughs. And this is a 3rd and 15 for the Rebels. The Rebels at least have been in field position on every other drive, Luke, where they've had the option of going for it. You don't make this one, you've got to punt it away. Now the motion man is Comfort, and Bridges hands it to him. They go with the reverse, and Mannion wants to throw it. He doesn't have anybody open, and Mannion now flips it to Bridges. That'll be a completed pass to the 20-yard line for a minus 15 yards.
Oh, yeah.
So a completed pass for a negative 15.
Well, Mannion, same play we saw in the first quarter we thought maybe there was some pass interference in the end zone. That time, John Burroughs saw it coming all the way on a 3rd and long. And boy, that turned a 3rd and long into a 4th and disastrous. And
Been way better to just have that as an incompletion.
Yeah.
1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in this first half. A 19-0 lead for John Burroughs, and the Bombers have called a timeout to try to get this football back and score it again before the end of the first half. We'll step aside for 30 seconds with them, and we're back with more of this quarterfinal action as Central Rebels football right after this.
You love to shop at Patsy.
Hi, this is Patsy. Hurry into Patsy's Furniture for all of your holiday needs. New living room sets, recliners, new bedroom sets, or just a new mattress set. We also have appliances, tables and chairs, and now through Saturday, we have 1 or 2 years no interest financing. So hurry in through this Saturday only, 2 years no interest, fast, friendly delivery and setup. That's only at Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills.
4th and 30 for Central. They're at their own 21-yard line. So the first punt we've seen from Central. Bridges holds a count and then booms it. I mean, this is a high punt. Allows his coverage team to get down underneath of it. But Burroughs will have it in tremendous field position. They've got it at their own 45-yard line with 61 seconds remaining in this first half of play. A 19-0 lead for John Burroughs. And the Bombers have it with one final try before the end of the first half of play.
Well, just to give you an indication about how far back they were, that punt was a good punt, and it only landed 3 yards past the first down marker.
Oh, mercy. Oh, gosh. That was a good punt. It was a 4th and 30, though. Last check, Valley leading Marionville 20-14. It's Burroughs leading Central here 19-0. 61 seconds remaining in this second quarter of play. Trey Moore going for the throat now. He throws this one down the field, and it is incomplete, but it is only by sheer luck for Central that it is incomplete, as that one hit Ronald Smith right on the 2 on his chest. Should have been a touchdown, as Hunter Strange was out there on the coverage, jumped early, came down, was not able to tip the ball, and it hit Smith right in stride, right in his chest. They dropped the ball.
I'll tell you what, Ron Smith had a step on his man there, and Trey Moore, first time we've seen him got it downfield like that, and that was a nice looking ball, and couldn't have been thrown any more perfect.
So 2nd and 10. John Moten standing just to the right side of his quarterback, grabs the ball. He's hustling over to the left side, uses a stiff arm, but it's not good enough as he's brought down that time on a very nice play by Luke Mannion. Is that the first time we've seen somebody just stone him one-on-one like that?
I think so, and the first time maybe a third and long here for John Burroughs.
Good play by Luke Mannion, a 5'9", 140-pound sophomore makes that play. Good work by Luke. And now the handoff is to Moten once again. Moten's looking for the right side. He's got a little room to run. Blast through the hole. He's to the 40. Shifts gears to the 30, to the 20, and brought down at the 10-yard line by Brandon Mayberry. A 44-yard gain by Moten, and I'm not sure how Mayberry was able to catch up to him.
Well, I tell you what, Mayberry might be the fastest guy on the Central team, and that's what it was going to take to catch down John Moten. The blocking on that play was impeccable by John Burroughs there. When you got a guy like Moten who can just hit the hole like that and cut up field.
192 first half rushing yards by John Moten. It's a 1st and goal for Burroughs at the 9-yard line with 18 seconds left in the first quarter, in the first half of play. And here's the quarterback, Trey Moore, keeping it. Brought down by Harlow after 2 yards. First carry by Moore and a timeout by John Burroughs here. 19-0 Burroughs on top. They've got the football on a 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line with 11 seconds remaining in the first half. We'll tell you more on the other side of this. 30-second timeout on KREI.
Goggins Drilling has been serving the Parkland and beyond for over a half a century. They have a reputation for quality work that comes with over 50 years of satisfying their customers. Goggins Drilling offers sales and service on all water pumps and are on the leading edge of ground source heating systems. See Goggins Drilling for contract drilling or call 431-2450. Goggins Drilling, when you want more than just a hole in the ground.
Well, Luke, we've both seen enough football to know that anything can happen, but this is a pretty big series for the Central defense.
Sure is, and backs get your own end zone right now with 11 seconds left in the half. And not a lot has gone right for you here in this first half, and sure like to make a stand here.
So John Burroughs football. They'll have Chris Booker in the backfield with John Moten this time. 2nd and goal from the 7. Central showing blitz. Trey Moore stops the foot, looks to the end zone, fires it there. Touchdown to Van Slyke. Just a little go route on the right side, back shoulder throw to Nate Van Slyke. Trey Moore throws a touchdown pass, his 34th of the year, and John Burroughs is on top, 25-0, with 7 seconds left in the first half of play.
Sure was, just like a little back shoulder fade to Van Slyke, who's, you just talk about one of the tallest players on the field right now, and boy, he just brings it in easy there, and John Burroughs takes it down the field in no time at all, and that's really what you didn't want to see if you're such a Rebel fan.
They got the ball, Luke, with 61 seconds remaining in this first half of play, and once again managed another touchdown. Extra point will not sail through, but John Burroughs is dominating this game right now, 25-0. We've got your kickoff after this 1-minute pause on KREI.
Glass proudly supports all athletes and students in their community. They would like to congratulate the Central Rebels football team for winning their district title and for an outstanding 2014 football season. Paramall Glass Company would like to wish the Central Rebels good luck in the state playoffs and best of luck on and off the field the rest of the school year. Go Rebels from everyone at Paramall Glass Company in Park Hills.
You love to shop at Patsy's.
Well, it's that time of the year again, Thanksgiving. Time to give thanks for all of our blessings and to enjoy family and friends. And that big Thanksgiving dinner. After all of that, why not kick up your feet and rest and watch football or just sit and talk? Wouldn't it be nice to have a nice reclining sofa or maybe a new recliner to kick them feet up? And well, all this week, we can help you get a new one with 2 years no interest. So hurry in, take advantage of our 2 years no interest financing. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
A 25-0 lead for John Burroughs. We're 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. 3 touchdowns running by John Moten and a touchdown passing Trey Moore to Nate Van Slyke, and that's how we've arrived at this point. It's a squib kick now to Central's Tristan Pyatt, and Pyatt's down at the 26-yard line with 1.7 seconds on this second quarter clock. Our Hoods Discount Home Center halftime show coming up here in just a little bit. We'll have, well, I guess you could call them highlights. They're all for John Burroughs' side. We'll have the touchdowns for you. We'll take a look at some of the statistics and pass along the halftime score from Marionville as well, as it looks like Valley has found a team that's been able to stand up to them a little bit anyway over that first half play. A 25-0 lead for John Burroughs. And here comes Jake Bridges lead his team back out. 1st and 10 for Central. They've got it at their own 26 with just under 2 seconds to go in this first half. And Bridges steps back, fakes a pass, and kneels down. So it'll be a 2-yard loss officially rushing for Jake Bridges to close out the first half of play. And Luke, I certainly had a paramount amount of respect for this John Burroughs team. But I really did feel like Central was ready for him this time. I thought we would have a heck of a ball game, and we still may in the second half. But this first half was clearly dominated by the Bombers. Here's Jake Bridges and his first kickoff of the game, and this one's fielded on a short field by Ronald Smith. He doesn't fair catch it, but he takes it and then slides down to the ground at the 36-yard line. John Burroughs won the toss to open the game, and they deferred to the second half, so Burroughs will have the football in that 25-0 lead as we start this second half of play. Let's thank Busenbark Flooring in Farmington, Moyer's Muffler in Park Hills, Home Pools and Spa in Leadington, and Parkland Health Mart Pharmacies in Deloge. Well, here's the John Burroughs offense, and John Moten, who had 192 first-half yards. Moten dots the I in the backfield right here. They pitch it to him. Moten looks at left tackle, and Brandon Mayberry hits him in the hole, spins him backwards, tries to grab him again. Moten's loose, and now he runs just about through the tackle of Brandon Mayberry. It's a gain of 3 yards that probably should have been a loss of 2.
Boy, that just tells you how strong John Moten is. As a ball carrier kid. Doesn't look like a real big kid, but he's got the speed and the size, a little bit of size. To fight off Brandon Mayberry like that and get back for about a 3-yard gain, that's impressive.
6 foot, 190 pounds, and Luke, he runs the 100 meters in 10.5. They think he might be a sub-4 440 guy. And they play action fake it to him this time. And Moore looks deep. He's got a man wide open. It's Chris Booker. Booker out-leaps Hunter Strange for the football and waltzes into the end zone after that. It's a 61-yard touchdown pass. Trey Moore to Chris Booker. And the long bomb going the way of the Bombers.
Well, I tell you what, this is Trey Mason right there. I want to say Trey Mason. Trey
Moore.
Trey Moore. What kid's got an arm on. No wonder he's going to play at Yale. And wow,
that was a perfect pass, wasn't it?
Booker just going up and catching it
over the 6'4" Hunter Strange.
Yeah, you just don't see that happening.
Chris Booker, 6'1", listed at 155 pounds, and a perfect play by these Bombers. 31-0 the score now, and they're on for the extra point. And the left leg of Sullivan goes up and through, and it's 32-0. John Burroughs leads in this quarterfinal game. We've got your kickoff in 1 minute on KREI.
Do you know one of the easiest ways to make a difference in your community? Pad your check the next time you pay your utility bill. Why? Because in Farmington, Park Hills, Deloge, and Bonne Terre, you can add a donation to United Way of St. Francis County when you pay that bill. You have already helped raise thousands of dollars for agencies that help our neighbors. Find out more about what your gift is doing. Visit unitedwayofsfc.org. What you give makes a difference. Live united. We can't do it without you.
You love to shop at Patsy.
Hi, this is Patsy. Hurry into Patsy's Furniture for all of your holiday needs. New living room sets, recliners, new bedroom sets, or just a new mattress set. We also have appliances, tables, and chairs, and now through Saturday, we have 1 or 2 years no interest financing. So hurry in through this Saturday only, 2 years no interest, fast, friendly delivery and setup. That's only at Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills.
Sullivan Burroughs to kick it away, and the left-footed kicker chips it high. Mannion comes down underneath of it, scoops it off the ground at the 15-yard line, shrugs off one tackle, slams over another guy. He's out across the 20-yard line to the 21. Well, Luke, John Burroughs, the ones that have been in charge of the Procare Automotive touchdown drives, Procare Automotive in Bonne Terre. And what's the recap this time?
Well, another quick series for John Burroughs to open it up to half there. One play, and it looked like maybe Central had a good defensive play as Moten fought off Mayberry for just a few yards, but on the very next play, a 61-yard bomb from Moore to Booker, and it was a touchdown all the way there.
What a terrific play by Booker, too.
Burroughs goes up 32-0 on Central.
We're not even a minute gone into the third quarter, 11:02, and Bridges back in the gun. He's going to float this one up. Strange jumps high for it, tapped his toe, but then lost the football as he came down with a Trey Moore right there on the coverage and helped to break it up right there. Good effort that time by Strange. He had the grab initially and tapped the one toe in, but then as the collision occurred with Moore, and Strange went down to the ground. The ball was dislodged. So second and 10 for Central. And they've got it at the 21-yard line. Central looking for its first score of the game. 32-0. Burroughs on top of Central. In the two previous meetings, John Burroughs scored exactly 24 points in both of those games. Mayberry gets it, tries to push it up the middle, and gets a little line push. Nice job by the Central line that time. He gets it out near the 25-yard line, a gain of 4.
Terry, we talked earlier, this Mayberry, he's used to running for 8 yards per play every time he touches the ball. And John Burroughs really letting him get about half of that right now. And it's surprising and something the Central's not used to.
Moten's used to running for over 10 yards every time he touches. That average is actually above that today. Mayberry, the single setback now as Bridges rolls to his left side, and pass nearly complete to Mannion. I think that was tipped on the way there. Chris Booker over on the right side helping out on the coverage that time. And something I think that has been smart here from this defensive staff is they're swinging that coverage left and right side depending upon where Central's lined up. That one pass is incomplete by Bridges, bringing up a 4th and 6.
Yeah, it has, and really is. John Burroughs has done a nice job of putting in their key players on Central's key players, and really John Burroughs has had the advantage today. And right now, a lot of Central guys walking around with their heads kind of hung low and just not in it right now.
It's Bridges to punt it. It's a line drive punt. Picks up a Central hop as well. No chance to field it for John Burroughs. So Central going to down it at the 32-yard line. So the Burroughs offense back on the field. John Burroughs offense has been on the field just only 2 plays here in the second half. They've scored a touchdown, a 61-yard touchdown strike. Trey Moore threw it complete to Chris Booker on the last series. And Booker outleapt Strange for the ball. And then as Strange jumped high to try to force the incompletion, he fell down to the ground. Booker was able to keep his footing and then was able to dance into the end zone after that. But a 1st and 10 for John Burroughs here. They've got it at their own 32-yard line. John Moten dots the I in the backfield. He stands behind John Vacal. Chris back out. The pitch to Moten. Moten cuts back. Moten through the middle, and he breaks 2 tackles out to the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 18 yards by Moten before Strange finally hauls him down. And Moten now has topped the 200-yard mark in the game.
Yeah. You know, every once in a while, a couple times a year, maybe once a year, once every couple of years, you get to see a guy like Moten get to play. And I tell you, he separates himself from the rest because he said the high step, getting the knees up, and that's just something you can't teach that stuff almost. It just comes naturally, and he's a heck of a ball player.
We've seen some good ones, Luke, over the past few years, and Moten's right there with him. Moten gets it this time and bounces the ball to the outside. Nowhere to run on the inside, so he takes it to the outside, crosses the 50, and forced out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 by Moten right there. Ezekiel Elliott was the great running back for this team 2 years ago when the quarterfinal was held in Central. The Central defense actually held Elliott to 2 first-half yards. And then Elliott rushed for 179 in the second half, and it was a little different game. Gus Farrat said, okay, I'm through just trying to outsmart myself. We're giving it to Ezekiel Elliott in the second half, and now Elliott's running the ball for Ohio State. Last year it was Markel Smith for Vianney. That was really one of the premier running backs around the area. Markel was going to go to Iowa, but went to a prep school instead. But some great running backs out of this area, certainly. Play action fake, and Moore has a man wide open. It's Van Slyke. Van Slyke to the 40. Hurdles a man at the 35. Van Slyke to the 20. Breaks a tackle to the 10. To the 5. Touchdown. Nate Van Slyke. 45 yards, the 360, the hurdle, the stiff arm. He showed it all that time.
Oh, my goodness. That's
38-0. John Burroughs leads.
Boy, that might be one of the most impressive football plays I've ever seen. And that kid caught the ball, and then not only did he jump around people and just stiff arms and relentless.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
What a play by Nate Van Slyke. 6'5", 210 pounds, and athleticism to spare. 38-0. John Burroughs leads here. The extra point. Solomon Burroughs is up and in. 39-0. John Burroughs. 9:17 remaining in the third. And we're back with your kickoff in a minute on KREI.
The Park Hills Leadington Chamber of Commerce proudly supports all those in their community. They would also like to take this time to congratulate the Central Rebels football team for their district title and for their outstanding 2014 football season. They would also like to wish the Central Rebels the best of luck in the state playoffs and the best of luck for the rest of the 2014-15 school year. You have what it takes to be the best on the field and off the field. Go Rebels! From the Park Hills Leadington Chamber of Commerce.
Don't miss the holiday sales event going on now at Midwest Sports Center in Farmington. Save thousands on great brands like Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, Can-Am, and Toro Mower. All 2014 inventory must go. Save over $2,000 on Can-Am Commander XTP. Suzuki King Quads as low as $49.99. Save thousands on street bikes from Suzuki, Kawasaki, and Can-Am. The holiday sales event going on now at Midwest Sports Center, Highway 67, Farmington. On the road, off the road, or on the water, the ultimate outdoor toy store has it.
Solomon Burroughs kicking it off. Here's Braden Mannion. He grabs it at the 12-yard line, weaving his way through two potential tacklers, and 25-yard line is where Central will start the offensive set right here. Central's offense, Luke, looked really good in its first drive. Got it all the way down to the red zone and stalled out. Looked pretty good in its second drive, and the effectiveness of the Central offense has kind of diminished as the game's gone along.
Yeah, it has. And a couple of really nice series. Was able to pick up about 40 yards running between the 20s, kind of, but just couldn't get it in. Really after that first series, it looked like they controlled the ball for most of the quarter there, and looked like we thought maybe we saw a pass interference in the end zone, didn't get called, and then the turnover on downs, and John Burroughs just pretty much took control of the game from there on.
And the Burroughs offense has been just about unstoppable today. So it's Central football. They've got it at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10 here. They keep it on the ground with Mayberry. Mayberry is slammed down at the line of scrimmage. Everybody met him right there. Strawbridge, Bolstad, Wilkins. That was tackled by committee right there. Gain of just a yard for Mayberry. He talked about Mayberry's terrific average on the year, 8.0 yards per carry. But on 8 carries so far today, he has only 19 yards. 8 minutes and counting down here in the third frame, 39-0. John Burroughs leads. Twins to the left side, one wide to the right. And it's Bridges back in the gun. Bridges going to roll the pocket to the left side and fires it out. Nate Van Slyke diving on the field, just about picked it off. The official was right in front of the play and says incomplete, but for Nate Van Slyke, boy, that would have been the perfect complement to his touchdown run. That was a tremendous effort to try to get that interception.
Sure was. And it seems like this kid's just been all over the field today making plays.
Well, what I've been impressed with the well-roundedness of his game. Up front, he showed us what a great hitter he is. Then he showed us what great hands he has. And then he showed us what a great athlete he was on that last touchdown catch. 7 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in this third, and it's a 3rd and 9 here for Central. That play clock down under 10 as Central just now comes to the line of scrimmage. Bridges is going to set 2 wides to the right and 2 wides off to the left side. A single setback for him right there on a 3rd and 9. Line of scrimmage is a 26-yard line. Fake it to the right side, come back to the left. That's Mayberry. Mayberry shrugs off a tackler and gets out across the 40-yard line for a first down. First down of the second half for these Rebels, and a nice run after the catch by Mayberry on a gain of 15 yards.
Yeah, just trying a few different things there, swinging it out, and able to pick up some yards there. Like I said, this Central team, we're used to, this offense, and I think these kids just got a little bit shocked, but they definitely have the potential to, I think, play with these John Burroughs team, but being down 39-0, it might be a little too late.
Yeah, 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third. 3 wides to the right side, 1 off to the left. Bridges rolls the pocket to the right side once again. He's got Mannion wide open, but he's under too much pressure to find him that time, and it's another sack. It's Hunter Wilkins wrapping him up 3 yards deep. The 10th rush, because even sacks are counted as rushes by quarterbacks. The 10th rush by Bridges in this game, he's got a net of only 8 yards. 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A 39-0 lead for John Burroughs. Valley's taking the lead back at Marionville, 26-20. They're in the third quarter there. Bluff the jet sweep, and now they want to throw the little flare pass out to the left flats to Mayberry, but 2 guys were after Bridges right there. They're just getting on him too fast.
Yeah, that was Nate Van Slyke again coming off the end there, putting the pressure on Jake. And yeah, like you said, this Central team not really tested all year long, and then running into a juggernaut here in John Burroughs.
Central turned it over a lot against Sullivan and gave them some short fields. That ended up being a 7-point game. It was a game that really outplayed Sullivan. By the numbers, it was their closest game of the year. And outside that, even by the numbers, you're right. Yeah. They haven't been tested. 3rd and 13 for Central here. The line of scrimmage is their own 39-yard line. Bridges looking out to the right side and throws behind Strange that time. He was hoping Strange would come back to that ball. Hunter just running that flat go route, and Bridges throwing it behind him right there. Well, I imagine how cold Jake's hands have to be right now.
Yeah, he's got one of them hand warmers he wears around his belt there, but I don't know how much good that's doing him in this weather.
4 minutes and 15 seconds. And counting down here in this third quarter, it's a 39-0 game as John Burroughs leads at Chris Booker back to receive this kickoff, this punt, rather, and Ryan Mill joins him. Bridges an end-over-end punt, kind of a flat one, and takes a side bounce right there. This will set John Burroughs up at their own 35-yard line. A 39-0 lead for John Burroughs, 3:45 and counting down here in this third quarter. And, well, once you reach that 35-point differential, the clock continues to roll. They'll bring back Trey Moore, and this guy has been calm in the pocket, and he's been extremely accurate, Luke.
He sure has, and he's got a heck of an arm on him. Like you said, he's just running this offense about as smooth as anybody can run anything.
When you've got a guy that runs for 200 yards standing behind you, it makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to pressure that passing game quite so much, do you? They'll hand it off to Moten this time, and Moten is pounded just as soon as he grabs the football. Drew Harlow knifing in to hold Moten to a negative yard that time. But Moten has certainly been the premier performer here today. He's got 15 carries and 218 yards on the day. He's got 3 touchdowns, all those in the first half. Well, we're at about 2:30 on this Saturday afternoon, starting to get pretty dark out here. That snow might be on the way. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Moten standing to the left side of his quarterback, Moore, once again. Moore has one wide to the right side. That's Van Slyke to the left side. Option play left side. And Moore cuts back at the 45, dives forward to the 50. Ball's on the ground. Looked like it came loose as he was going down, but it was covered up by Burroughs. Are they going to give him the yardage on the recovery or say that he was down? They'll give him the yardage on the recovery, but it's a gain of 15 yards by Trey Moore either way.
Trey Moore just increasing his rushing total for the year tenfold on that play.
He came in with 2 net rushing yards on the season, 26 rushes and 2 yards for him on the year. Not a running quarterback, but, I think they just say, well, let's just leave the rushing to Moten.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's athletic enough. He could be a running quarterback. So it's Moten and Booker in the backfield. Moten to the right side, Booker to the left side. Moore stands right between them, wants to pass it. He's got Van Slyke on a hitch route. Can't hit him there. And then he is plowed down by Keenan Johnson. Keenan Johnson gets the sack right there, and it's a loss of 8 yards. Good work by Johnson.
Yeah, he got in there quick and way to hold on. We've seen a few plays today where it looked like Central had a good defensive play and haven't been able to hold on. That time, though, Johnson and company able to bring down more.
Brings up a second and long. It'll be a 2nd and 17. A minute and 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 39-0. John Burroughs leads it here. Trey Moore stands between his 2 running backs there, Booker and Moten. And they'll go to the option play left side once again. This time he pitches it to Moten. Moten gets a huge block and then rushes it out to the 49-yard line. Just a gain of 5, but a huge block that time by Ronald Smith to help out. 223 yards now for Moten. And a timeout. No, not a timeout. I thought they said timeout, but no. It'll be a 3rd and 13. 43 seconds remaining in this third period. And a 39-0 lead for John Burroughs. We haven't seen a John Burroughs punt.
It's hard to believe they even have one.
Yeah.
They're playing today.
Moten, they play action fake it to him, and Moore rolls to the right side, complete to Van Slyke. Van Slyke to the 40. We won't see a punt right here either. And Van Slyke finally brought down, but not until he gains 19 yards. Another slick pass by Trey Moore.
Van Slyke, as soon as he catches that ball, he's turning upfield, and his yards after catch have been just as impressive as his hands.
Mm-hmm. Van Slyke with 36 grabs and 588 yards coming into the ball game. Puts him second on the team in those categories. He's got 5 grabs today for 85 yards and the touchdown. Well, we head to the fourth quarter, and Burroughs will head there with a 39-0 lead in this Class 3 state quarterfinal game on KREI, and we're back in a minute.
Goggins Drilling has been serving the Parkland and beyond for over a half a century. They have a reputation for quality work that comes with over 50 years of satisfying their customers. Goggins Drilling offers sales and service on all water pumps and are on the leading edge of ground source heating systems. See Goggins Drilling for contract drilling or call 431-2450. Goggins Drilling, when you want more than just a hole in the ground.
The faculty, school board, staff, and students, on behalf of the Central R3 School District, take this time to congratulate the Central Rebels football team on their district title. Long hours of practice and hard work have rewarded your talents in the game. Congratulations on your accomplishments from a great season and your district title. Good luck on advancing. Way to go, Central Rebels, from the faculty, school board, staff, and students of the Central R3 School District in Park Hills.
First play of the fourth quarter, it's John Moten running it off tackle right side. Blast through the hole. Harlow knocks him down to the 22-yard line, but it's another gain of 10 yards by John Moten. 17 carries for Moten in the game and 233 yards. Tremendous runner, but Luke, once again, we saw a big hole for Moten to run through. The difference between him and most backs, though, is he can get through that hole so much faster.
He sure does, and what can usually turn into a 2 or 3 yard gain for one guy is about 10 or 12 yards for Johnny.
Yeah. And so here's Moten dotting the I in the backfield once again. They'll hand it off to him once again. He's off tackle right side this time. He runs around two guys and then runs through another one, crossing the 15 to the 14-yard line. A gain of 7 yards for Moten right there. 240 yards rushing for Moten.
Well, and I tell you what, the way the kid just sheds off tacklers, he's got the moves, he's got the jukes, the dive and jukes to get around somebody, but he just brushes tacklers off, and this is a Central team that kind of prides himself on their tackling ability.
He's got that good pad level, too. He stays low, and has that ability to bounce off those tacklers. So Vacal is the fullback. Moten runs right behind him, and Moten blasts across the 5 and into the end zone. Another touchdown for John Moten, his 4th of the game, this time from 14 yards out. And it's all John Burroughs. 45-0. The Bombers leading these Rebels. 10:42 remaining in the 4th. Moten came into the ball game with 28 rushing touchdowns on the year. Well, he's got now 32 of them. He's got 254 yards rushing today, and so that puts him nearly at 2,200 for the season. The extra point, snap is good, hold is down, and it sails through. 46-0. John Burroughs leading Central. 10:42 remaining in the 4th. We're back in a minute on KREI.
You love to shop at Patsy's.
Well, the holidays are coming. Thanksgiving first, then Christmas. Not ready for all the family and friends coming? Why not come to Patsy's Furniture and check out our reclining sofas and love seats, or maybe a new mattress set for the spare bedroom? How about a new kitchen range to cook that meal on, or a new table and chairs for them to sit? We can help you with all this and more. All this week, we have 2 years no interest available to help you. So hurry in, pick out your new furniture, we'll deliver it and set it all up for you. Ah, so simple. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
West Transportation Service in Bismarck is your local charter bus service. They can take you to your destination wherever you're going. At West Transportation Service, they care about their cargo. So rest assured that when you ride with them, you'll be provided with the best traveling experience ever. West Transportation Service, the best charter bus service around. That's West Transportation Service in Bismarck, a proud supporter of all community events. For service, call 734-2332.
The kickoff by Burroughs, taken by Mannion at his 9-yard line. Mannion trying to stretch it over to the middle of the field, but he's only able to make it out to the 14-yard line before Ronald Smith hauls him down. 46-0. John Burroughs leading Central here. And these Rebels have had another tremendous season, 12-0 district champs once again. But John Burroughs they were more than ready to play today. They have just been fantastic. 1st and 10 for Central, and they'll have it at their own 14-yard line. It's the 3rd year in a row that Central and John Burroughs have met in the quarterfinals, and it sure looks like for the 3rd year in a row, John Burroughs will be victorious in this matchup. Straight eye set up here for these Rebels. Play action fake. And now they want to air it out down the right sideline. Got a man, that's Mannion. Mannion catches it. He's at the 50, cuts back. He's across the 45 to the 43-yard line. A good pitch and catch that time. And that one goes Bridges to Mannion. It's a gain of 43 yards.
Nice looking play action play look coming out of the running formation, and Mannion, like I said, he can usually get past about anybody on the field, and that time he does. And Booker was able to bring him down before the touchdown.
Mannion on that catch, Luke, breaks the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
Good
so
for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, nice milestone for Braden Mannion there. For Mannion now, he's got 1,006 yards. Bridges back in the pocket, fires this one way downfield, and this time it's picked off by Ronald Smith. It was a ball that was thrown into double coverage, and Smith just took a knee as he crossed the 20-yard line out to the 23. And it was Bridges that thought he saw something there, Luke. It was double coverage, and if that was going to be completed, it had to be probably quite a bit further thrown, and it would have had to have been fought for and won by his wide receiver.
It sure was, and I think Jake just getting a little bit too, trying to do a little too much there. I think he had Mannion coming out of the slot on the wheel route. If he would have looked a little earlier, he would have had him wide open. But, hey, trying to make a play, down 46-0.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow these kids. Have had a heck of a season.
Valley leads by 2 scores in Marionville, 34-20. So it looks like they're pulling away. That one was tied at 20 at the half.
1st and 10
Going to go to some backup running backs here for John Burroughs. And John Moten has done his job today. They can say well done and send him over to the sideline. And so they'll get Jordan Bowe in there to run the football a little bit. And Bowe on his first carry is stopped after just a 1-yard gain. Jordan Bowe's run the football a little bit for this team this year. That was his 15th carry. He's got 80 yards rushing on the season, and that brings up a 2nd and 9. Just under 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Jordan Bowe, the single setback. Starting quarterback, Trey Moore, still out there, but Bowe is the running back. And now they'll flip a ball over to the left side. This pass complete to Chris Booker, and Booker's ridden out of bounds. It looked like he crossed the first down mark, but let's see where they spot it. May have stepped out just shy of it, and indeed he did. He gained 7. That gives Trey Moore an even 200 yards passing on the night.
I tell you, we've been so impressed with John Moten. It's kind of Trey Moore a quiet 200 yards, even though he's done some impressive passing today.
107 of those yards have gone to Chris Booker. Moore averages 172 yards passing per game, and he hands it off to Bowe once again. Bowe rushing it across that first down mark, just across the 35. He needed a yard and picked up just about a yard and a half, so a couple of yards for Jordan Bowe. 2 carries for him, and he's got 3 yards rushing now. Move the sticks for John Burroughs. They'll have a 1st and 10 just outside of their own 35-yard line. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in our fourth quarter, and it's been all John Burroughs today. This Central team, the closest they came to scoring was on their very first possession. Moved the ball down the field, and eventually were stopped on downs. Moore gets the snap, hands it off to Bowe once again. Bowe's got a little bit of running room right there. He somersaults forward for a 6-yard gain.
That's how you pick up about 3 extra yards. You just tuck and roll on the very end of that run.
So he picks up 6 right there, and he's got 9 yards. Got a little burst right there, and the line, just as they did for John Moten, opening up some good holes for Jordan Bowe. A 2nd and a long 3, a short 4. Take your pick. Jordan Bowe, the running back. Trey Moore, the quarterback. I think of the running back Trey Mason too, when I watch him play and think about his name. Comfort brings down Bowe after just a yard right there. Trey Mason he runs just down the road a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Just right down the street there. I think Trey Moore needs to grow his hair out a little longer. Exactly like Trey Mason.
I think Trey Moore probably throws the ball a little bit better than Trey Mason.
Probably, yeah.
Luke, did you realize a snowflake just hit you?
Did I?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have talked. I have no idea. I can't even talk right now.
That's the first snowflake I saw today, so it's now snowing here at John Burroughs as well. And now here's Bowe once again. Bowe runs into the middle of the pile. He needed a couple of yards, needed 2 and got 3. There's Jordan Bowe. Should I use my Leroy Horde quote now? You remember that one from a few games ago?
Yeah.
Leroy Horde, the old Michigan running back, played the NFL for a few years, said, you need 2 yards, I'll get you 3. You need 5 yards, I'll get you 3. I sneak that one in when I can.
There you go. You love using that one.
That's a good one. 1st and 10 for this John Burroughs Bombers team, and they've got it at their own 46-yard line. Bowe trying to take it to the outside. No, that's not Bowe. It's another running back out there now. He skips through a couple of tacklers. That's Xavier Miller. Xavier Miller steps out of a couple of arm tackles right there and gains 13 yards. So Miller's first carry. And now that ice chunk's starting to fall down all around here at John Burroughs High School.
Well, we started the season the end of August there. It was about 100 degrees outside. We're going to end it here in a snowstorm.
Yep, that's usually the way. And there's Moore handing it off once again. That's again to Xavier Miller. Miller trying to get to the left corner this time. Can't quite do it. And he's thrown for a 2-yard loss. So Miller gained 13 on his opening carry and loses a pair right there. Our clock's starting to count down here. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in our ball game. A game that's been controlled by John Burroughs pretty much the entire way. 46-0. John Burroughs squarely out front here. Straight I set up. Back out. Stands in front of Miller on this I set. And Miller tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job that time. Thought it was Comfort initially, but it looks like Brandon Richardson able to knife his way in that time. And a gain of just a yard by Miller.
Well, what an impressive season by the Central Rebels. You know, they're going to be disappointed about the outcome of this game today, but I'll tell you what, this was a heck of a ball team. Fun to watch all year long.
Yep.
They really brought it. They had a lot of fun over at Park Hills this year.
Fantastic ball club. They get beat by John Burroughs ball club. Not only good this year, this is a program steeped in tradition. 8 titles. They've actually been in the state championship game 3 out of the last 4 years. The snap is fumbled that time by Moore and just dives on top of it. He manages to actually dive forward and gain a yard. Even that's even the way it's gone for Burroughs here today. But, this is a John Burroughs team that's just contending every single year. It's a central program that, it's a central program that was as low as a program can be at one point. They dissolved the program for a year, came back and built it up, and Corey Schweiss now has this team among the finest teams in the state now. 2 minutes and 5 seconds on this fourth quarter clock, and a 46-0 lead here for John Burroughs. John Burroughs just wants to watch this play clock click all the way down, and they might just take the 5-yard penalty and then just kick it away. If they do, it would be the first punt of the game for Burroughs. It is a delay of game call by Burroughs, so this will scoot them back 5 yards, and it'll be their first punt of the day. Now, John Moten is actually their starting punter, but they'll bring in Solomon Burroughs. He also does some punting for this team. He's the kicker for this ball club. So Burroughs on to punt it away. It's the first punt of the day for John Burroughs. And Braden Mannion, the deep man, to receive it. And now they look like they want to fake it, but rather it's one of those Australian rules, rugby-type kicks. And it rolls across the 20-yard line to the 18. So Burroughs took off, and my initial reaction is maybe he'll just try to run this forward and gain a few yards, but indeed he punted it away on the rollout to the left side. And a minute and a half remaining in the Central season. We'll catch up with Corey Schweiss on our post-game show. Coach said he would make his way up here to the roof of the building here at John Burroughs High School. And we thank you for joining us today right here on AM 800. For Central Rebel football. This is Jake Bridges back in the gun. Flips it out to Braden Mannion. Mannion on the hitch route. Crosses the 25-yard line to the 26. It's a gain of 7 yards. And Bridges now across that 150-yard mark for the game. 153 yards passing Jake Bridges. And a good day for Mannion as well with 57 yards receiving.
Mannion just trying to add on to his stake in the Central Rebel history there.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to be graduating senior, but going to be the career leader in receiving yards.
Bridges back in the pocket. He's under pressure. Scrambles to his right side. Throws it down the field. And if this is caught, it'll be an amazing catch by Comfort, but no, this one hit the ground. Well, as you alluded to right there.
I said, the season leader.
Yeah. Every time Mannion catches a ball,
adding on to that.
he sets a new record, puts that record further out there for single season catches and single season yardage. 5 seconds remaining in our ball game, and the Rebels trying to squeeze off just one more play, and they do. And they hand it off this time to Mayberry. Mayberry rushes it forward for 8 yards in the final play of the game. The Central Rebels 12-0 coming into the state quarterfinal game. Couldn't find an answer today to a tremendous John Burroughs ball club. And our final score, John Burroughs 46 and Central nothing. The Rebels end the year at 12-1, and the John Burroughs Bombers improve now to 12-1 and move back into the state semifinals.